Hello and welcome to another Chrono Trigger Jets of Time race. We have Acid Crab, 1 free Fitz, Phone, Beauty in Discovery, and Nathan on today. For flags, we are using the new player-friendly Gato Cup rules. This includes unlocked magic, strong tabs, easy items, and boss randomization. And let's get started. We open with Chrono and Ayla. This is a practice seed for the aforementioned Gato Cup. The Gato Cup is an event for new players and people that want to up their game in Jets of Time. Players are paired with mentors who will help them to better understand how to play the game and compete. Fitz, Phone, and Nathan are all mentors in this season of the Gato Cup, so it will be fun to see how their approaches will compare to each other. Beauty is also participating in this event as a learner. Let's see what he's learned so far. We immediately see some divergence. Phone heads to Dinardoro to unlock his opening techs. Fitz is peeking Lost Woods. Acid Crab and Nathan meanwhile are doing their early shopping. Fitz finds a Mega Simburo. Fitz finds Ruby Knife at Snail Stop and buys it. Nathan opts for the Guardia Forest fights for his opening, and Acid Crab goes for Dinardoro. And Fitz finds a clone at the Carpenter's Wife check. Acid Crab is the first into the cathedral. Let's see who we find in here, and if he goes all the way to the back. Phone skips acquiring the Ruby Knife from Snail Stop in favor of a stronger Chrono weapon. This could help a lot with Falcon hit being based on Chrono Spinkit damage. We have a frog as the first cathedral recruit. This is a nice party with good speed and physical damage output. It lacks somewhat in the magic department, but they are strong enough to get by. Beauty in Discovery heads into the cathedral. Acid Crab grabs Bromide and Phone heads into cathedral. Fitz is doing his opening fights in the forest. Acid Crab heads to back of Cathedral, where we will find our second recruit. Fitz has entered the cathedral. Nathan is right behind them. Phone heads for the exit, and will be jumping into key item checks instead. Beauty in Discovery also heads to the back of the cathedral here. We have a Guardians as the first boss of the seed. Phone appears to be headed for a Hecarim cave. Nathan is joining Acid Crab in the back of the cathedral. Let's see what Fitz does from here. Fitz also heads for the door. Acid Crab finished the cathedral. Fitz joins Phone in Hecarim Cave. We have a robo in back of cathedral. This opens up dessert as a possible check. Beauty in Discovery is about to discover a beautiful robot as a reward for finishing this dungeon. Phone finds a series in Hecarim Cave. This shouldn't take long with his screen-wide damage capability. Our series goes down. Nathan has completed Cathedral and recruited Robo as well. Nathan also heads to Hecarim. Beauty in Discovery discovers a beauty of a sea trigger at bridge. Phone receives a bent hilt from Hecarim. Acid Crab is going back to the opening checks to pick up his freaky items. Phone heads to the Xenon bridge check of Fitz approaches us series and his bent hilt. This key item puts our runners at 2 of 3 required from Magus Castle Go mode, requiring only the bent sword at this point. We have a C trigger at bridge. This also puts phone at 2 of 3 for a Black Omen Go mode, requiring only a pendant. Because pendant and gate key are the only path out of the starting time periods, there is a 50% chance that we find Black Omen Go mode very soon. Fitz makes quick work of our series. Aussie on the bridge, dropping swallows and speed tabs. Chrono is unlikely to leave the party now. Phone hits the menu glitch to equip the swallow. It's about to get wild. Beauty discovers a dragon tank at the end of the bridge check. Acid Crab also makes his way through Heron Cave. Fitz is shopping for a Chrono weapon. The validation cat has been pet, ladies and gentlemen. We have a grotesque pile of body parts merging into a dragon tank on bridge. This shouldn't be too challenging. Fitz also appears to be headed for the bridge. Nathan will be fighting us series while Phone fights dragon tank. And both bosses go down immediately. Fitz begins the bridge now. The dragon tank is no match for Beauty. Phone heads to Desert for some good loot and experience. The general wisdom will say come here with screen-wide water magic or some high damaging magic, but Falcon Hit is a dual tech and thus cannot miss. As long as the damage is decently high, these fights will be doable. We picked up a swallow on the bridge fights, so this should not be an issue. Our student, Beauty, heads to Heron Cave. Acid Crab steamrolls as Ceres as Fit prepares to demolish the dragon tank. Fitz makes quick work of the bridge boss. Everyone out here hitting the menu and equipping the swallow on Chrono. Phone heads back into the desert to finish off the boss after a quick heal and save. While he does not know where Robo is, the boss provides good experience gains and will make the rest of the seed that much easier as a result. Acid Crab also hits the desert, but appears to be going for more of a quick loot and encounter skip strategy. Nathan is at the end of the bridge and Fitz appears to be headed to Dinaldoro. Nathan finished the bridge. Phone finds Massa and Mew, not an overly threatening boss, especially with Chrono in the party to cancel his dangerous phase. Acid Crab also pulls the boss. Nathan appears to be doing a quick grind as well. Nathan has Robo, so him and Acid Crab will be the first to know what item is found here. As quickly as it appeared, a series disappears for beauty. The boss goes down for Phone. Beauty joins the rest of the runners in the desert. Fitz begins the Dinardoro boss as Phone begins the Dinardoro climb. Nathan is preparing to fight the desert boss. We have a Yakra the 13th at the top of Dinardoro. It's an annoying boss, but nothing that our runners won't be able to handle. Acid Crab and Nathan have cinched up, defeating their desert bosses and preparing to turn in. Phone is approaching the top of Dinardoro. Suddenly whatever is happening on Dinardoro seems unimportant. Nathan has found the pendants at deserts and achieved go mode. Let's listen in and see if anyone can catch up to him at this point. Fitz finished his Yakura as Foam begins his. Acid Crab will receive his pendant, but is missing his C trigger. Nathan is doing his endgame preparations. Beauty is moving along nonusly and will be joining Nathan in go mode shortly, as he has just completed his own desert with Robo recruited already. We find a moonstone at Dinardoro. Not what you want to see here. Nathan begins his prison break. And we have go mode for Beauty. Fitz has read the writing on the wall and determined that back of Cathedral is mandatory. Phone will soon discover the same. Beauty wastes no time, beginning the prison break sequence. Acid Crab also heads to Future, but has not yet found his C trigger. Phone begins his Cathedral run as Fitz ends his. Beauty frees Fritz, securing the timeline in his run. Nathan finds a Mega Mutant on the prison bridge. Fitz recruits his Robo and Phone begins his Cathedral boss. Phone 1 hits his Guardian. Nathan heads to the future as Acid Crab begins his Mega Mutant fight. Fitz has not yet completed his desert, which will give Phone a little bit of time to get ahead. Nathan is still an entire dungeon ahead of the pack. Beauty high-fives Acid Crab. T begins his Mega Mutant fight. And Beauty blows past Mega Mutant like he's a Kilo Mutant. Acid Crab finished his Mega Mutant and will be joining Nathan in the future. Phone has recruited Robo and will be sprinting to Fiona's house for his Go mode. Phone is the second to find Go mode, about 9 minutes behind Nathan, who is already starting his Death Peak climb. Fitz will be joining shortly after once he finishes the desert. Beauty says no 2 more loot and heads to Death Peak behind Nathan. Phone heads to prison as Nathan misses one of the many tricky skips on Death Peak. Acid Crab is looting the future. Fitz is rested up and ready to down this boss. Nathan pulls another boo-boo, giving the other racers a slim chance at making up some distance. Acid Crab pulls the aggressive early Sun Palace play as Fitz finishes up the desert. We have a regular Flea on Death Peak and a Zomba in Sun Palace. Flea is not a boss you want to see when you are relatively underleveled for the dungeon you are doing. One counter attack could potentially wipe your entire party. Not one to be outdone in the boo-boo department, Phone accidentally pulls a shield in prison. Fitz heads towards his go mode now. And here's that flea counter we were waiting for. Thankfully Nathan is healed up, so he may just survive this. It looks a bit ugly, but I think our boy is pulling through. Beauty appears to be taking some extra fights on the climb up the mountain, while Nathan seems to favor the more direct approach. Acid Crab finishes his Zomba fight. Nathan is near the end of the flea fight, and Foam will be wrapping up Mega Mutant as well. Fitz is in go mode, and will be joining Foam and Nathan in the Omen slog. Things are looking grim for our boy Nathan. Acid Crab finds a prism shard, which will be of little use without Marl recruited. Acid Crab heads to Aris Dome. Foam finishes up Prism. Nathan is through Death Peak and will be on Omen likely before any other runner starts Death Peak. Foam begins his looting frenzy, but he will need to find something really good to overcome this gap. Beauty, one screen behind Nathan, begins his work on Flea. Some trouble for Beauty as Flea counters his party into the ground. We may see a reset here. Confirmed. Acid Crab finds a Terra mutant in Aris Dome. Phone continues to loot and Fitz nears the end of his prison break. Nathan is making his final preparations now. Phone says yes to all the loot and fights Crowley for a chest. Nathan is on his final dungeon, and Fitz does the thing. Beauty passes the Great Wall of Woe. Phone has completed every preparation except for actually starting the Death Peak quest. Acid Crab catches the rat and Fitz prepares to end the prison break. And Phone begins his Death Peak as Fitz begins to enter the future, echoing the gap between Phone and Nathan's go modes. Nathan misses a Boss Orb skip. Acid Crab scoped out the bike racing champions, and Fitz begins his future looting. Beauty appears to be taking Sun Palace for some extra grind. Fitz spends a lot less time looting future and is beginning his Death Peak now. Nathan opts to fight the orbs for a little extra experience. Acid Crab finds a Thomas Pop, which is another thing you just don't want to see here. And the orbs run from Nathan. No EXP for you. Phone fights Flea as Fitz begins his climb. Acid Crab, defiant, goes for a factory. Beauty finishes up Sun Palace. Let's see if he's feeling ready for the endgame now. Phone also gets a rough counter from Flea. He seems to be going for the no more counter strategy instead of reviving his party. Incredible find in the new shop room. Prism specs never go out of style. Fitz begins the Flea fight. And Phone will push the Flea climb the Flea. Beauty begins the Black Omen, with Phone and Fitz fast approaching. It's a bad day to be Flea's enemy, it seems. We find a Nizbal at the back of factory. Nathan boo-boos and Phone begins his Omen run. Fitz, not far behind Phone, finishes up his death peak as well. Acid Crab finds Marlin Protodome. Maybe the Prism Shard will lead to something good. Nathan finds his first Omen Boss, and it's a Larvo spawn. He's still pretty far ahead of the pack. This Elder spawn appears to be no joke. Nathan is taking terrible damage here. Fitz begins his Omen run. Nathan is about halfway through this Elder spawn fight. Nathan wipes to the Elder spawn, giving the others a chance to make up some ground. Phone and Beauty high five in the new room. Let's see where these two runners take things from here. Another high five. And the Elder Spawn goes down for Nathan. Acid Crab appears to be checking out the Prism Shard quest. Phone and Fitz have made up some ground, but still have a good amount to go. With some clean skips, Phone pulls ahead and into second place. At this point, Nathan is the clear favourite with a significant lead, with 4 runners progressing through the Black Omen, though any misstep can shake up this race. Nathan makes it through the second elevator and is on the final gauntlet now. Acid Crab went back to Xenon Bridge and found his go mode. Nathan does a boo-boo on the bat skip. But maybe it was intentional, and he wanted a couple more levels. Fitz has made it to the new shop, and Phone is on the approach to the first boss. Phone begins the first boss as Nathan finds the second, and it's a slash. It's super slash, you love to see it. Phone breezes through the Elder Spawn. Beauty begins the Elder Spawn encounter as Phone exits it. And Nathan finds the third boss. It's the real Slash. Acid Crab heads up Mount Woe. With 3D attack, Slash is nothing to worry about. Nathan advances to the endgame, Phone is 2 bosses, and 2 encounters behind. It'll be hard to make up that kind of gap. And a beautiful synchronized falcon is on their respective panels. You love to see it. This has been a falcon hit seed from the very beginning, so it seems appropriate to end Nathan's omen on this note. Fitz begins his first boss, as Phone begins his second, and Nathan begins his fourth. Some scary damage going out from the Elder Spawn, but Beauty makes it through. Zeal goes down for Nathan. Only 2 phases to go. A good menu glitch for Nathan. Phone advances to the real Slash, and Thankful will also have access to 3D attack. Slash goes down into hits from Phone. Fitz finishes his Elder Spawn. Nathan is at the end of his Mammon Machine fight. Nathan is on the third phase of his final boss, so barring any unforeseen problems, he should be able to wrap this up comfortably. Acid Crab begins his Death Peak climb. Beauty begins the first Slash encounter. Fitz has entered his final gauntlet. Nathan's 3D attack will make quick work of this fight, but Ayla goes down. This may be a problem. Phone deletes Zeal 1. Halation goes out for Nathan, meaning the boss is below 50% hit points. Phone begins his Mammon Machine. At this point, Nathan has to do about 10,000 more damage, and Phone has to do 30,000, in addition to the phase change cutscene. The math is on Nathan's side here. Acid Crab begins his Death Peak climb, while Fitz is entering the final boss gauntlet. Beauty, meanwhile, has made it through Slash 1, and will be starting Slash 2 momentarily. Phone quickly dispatches the Mammon Machine as well. Nathan continues to have Ayla go down, which is costing some time. And with a time of 1 hour 17 minutes and 31 seconds, Nathan's Zeal goes down. Let's pop on over to Phone and listen into his final boss. Fitz is working on his Slash now. Phone wastes no time in getting the boss to the halfway point. Beauty moves on to the final boss gauntlet. And in no time at all, Zeal goes down for foam. It was a quick run, but Nathan's large early lead was just too much to overcome. Fitz nears the end of his run. Let's go ahead and listen into Beauty.
Telling you, man. Or did I see 3? No, 2. Okay.
As with those that came before him, Fitz will utilize 3D attack to blast through the end of the run.
Hello, ma'am.
Beauty begins the Zeal fight now.
Oh, she doesn't even give us the speech.
Fitz moves on to the final boss. Acid Crab nears the top of Death Peak.
5,000? Okay. I realized it might have been more efficient there to drop a heal because we didn't need the MP quite as much.
Acid Crab begins the flea fight.
Another green dream.
Beauty moves on to the Mammon Machine.
So yeah, drop kicks and confuse. That'll do about 42. So we're not going to be able to 2-round him, which is a little scary. Yeah, 3, so it's gonna be like 42.
Fitz obliterates Zeal 1,
wow,
as is tradition.
That's wild. We're bungling this fight right now, which is a little spooky. Wow.
Point Flare is a very painful ability for those that have not seen it. Fitz and Beauty high five in the Mammon Machine hole.
Dropkick, and this should do it.
Fitz opts for a waiting strategy. After the initial attack, the Mammon Machine will not increase its attack or defense, which can make certain strategies viable. It also casts Point Flare, which will one-shot pretty much any character, so there's a bit of risk involved. Acid Crab finishes his Death Peak climb. Beauty moves on to the final phase of Zeal.
Oops. Whoops. That's okay. I really wish I had the white mail on somebody for the Sky Gates. We gotta save our last Mega Elixir for the Halation. But Chrono's the chemist. Three. 6.
After a bit of a struggle, Fitz gets through Mammon Machine and moves on to the final boss.
Okay, so next dropkick triggers the halation, so we kind of want to wait for Chrono's turn. Please don't hit Chrono. Okay. Good.
And we have perhaps the final high five of the run. Fitz and Beauty have reached the end together. Beauty is coming up on the halfway point of the fight, so Fitz will have to start blasting to make up time. And Acid Crab's cameraman also hung out in this room for a moment.
There it is. I think the next dropkick does it with this confused to pad. If not, it's going to be real close. Nope, not quite. All gas, no brakes at this point.
Frog goes down for Fitz. And Beauty in Discovery finished with a very impressive time of 1 hour 25 minutes and 51 seconds. Maybe next season he'll be a mentor himself. Fitz has reached the halfway point. Let's finish strong. And Fitz finished with a time of 1 hour 27 minutes and 17 seconds, still a highly respectable time for any runner. Acid Crab is beginning his Omen run, but because the race positions are determined, commentary will not feature heavily from this point forward. If you would like to join us in playing Jets of Time, hop in the Discord and participate. We welcome players of all skill levels, and there are many helpful players that can give advice. Maybe you can join us for the second season of the Gato Cup and get some one-on-one mentoring. As always, thank you to all the players, viewers, and everyone that devotes their time to making this game and community what it is. And with a commentary jump scare out of nowhere, the race has concluded. Acid Crab finished with a time of 2 hours 2 minutes and 33 seconds. He's not experienced in Bourse randomization and found Go mode late. So all things considered, he did quite well. Thank you all for watching, and good night.